Good night, fellow punters. The clock on the wall says 9:36 on Monday night. I said I'd come on before I start packing a bag because I'm not sure what's going to be the setup in the next couple of days. Been on the road. I don't know what time will be mine. I'll know after tomorrow, or whatever. I see a message there a few minutes ago left by Cyril Rini, who was advising me that the Macau card room for poker isn't only 10 minutes away from where I'm staying tomorrow night. And better still, what do you say, Hinchies? A 3-minute walk for a pint. That could be a plan, because I have to have a bit to eat anyway. Maybe they'll do food there as well. The reason as well is that it'll give a chance for you to put up your selections. And I'll use this, if I'm not on tomorrow night, you can use this for Wednesday, any selections. And if I can't get a video up tomorrow night, if I fancy anything, I'll put it up in the description here for Wednesday. So it'll be one or the other. So Wayne Bell left a nice word about Come On Kenny. Remember I backed that last year. I can't remember who the won or not. And Baez Glasgow gave equality. I didn't check Owens, and I should have there when I mentioned two of them, because he's been quite good lately. But I want to get this up in the next few minutes. Went against Stealth Tom. Again, I don't know why I read into it too much, but it rained very heavy in Roscommon for about 3.5 hours today. I was in Roscommon before lunch today. I had my lunch in Roscommon, but I'd done a bit of shopping first. And it absolutely lashed rain, and you could see the ground was very mucked up. Went against the good ground horses. Stealth Tom had the stamina. He couldn't stay 4 mile that time in Punchestown. Cross country, he was second. He won twice then. He won it, I was saying last night, he won it 2 miles 4, and the 3 mile is his optimum trip. And he was 4-1 last night. I didn't back him. There's no point saying I did. I did it the last day in Killarney, all right, but I didn't today. And we had the one that I fancied most was a non-runner. And I'm not sure why, because I was out all evening trying to get things done. I'd never realised it was so hard to get away. I don't go away too often, but I had to call to a couple of people, and I had to walk the dog there because I won't see the dog for 12 days or 11 days. And I had to get clothes organised, laundry, shirts done, and ironed, because you have to have a change of clothes nearly every day. So, we'll see. Anyway, on to tomorrow. I've one that I was waiting for to run. It's at Wetherby. It's that Tartan Ness. I had tipped up Hellenista. It was my best bet last Saturday, wasn't it? And it didn't run, just pulled out. But this was just 2 miles 1. It was staying. I'd prefer if this race tomorrow night was 2 miles 1 or 2 miles 2. Because actually the horse was 4 now, your kindness. That won well, and that was 4 or 11 is back and forth. That won there tonight. I seen the results. That opened up 9-4 earlier. I think it's 13-8 now. But if that runs to, it's only a 4-year-old, like John Berry, I think, has 1 out of 4 in the last 14 days. The young lad is 0 for 8 or something, but he's not too bad. It's an apprentice race. It's the LMA Cruise. She had a winner today, I seen. But I'm expecting that. Well, let's see what price is it. 13 days. Gone 11-10 with the green bouquet. But it'll settle in the morning. That might go out to 2-1 again. It's open at 9-4. There's a a race at Ayr. I think it's a 2-horse race between Baez and Streetscape. Hasn't ran at the distance before, but it could be worth a shot because he sort of got outstayed the last day by that Ireton Sheriff. I think that won again tonight, did it? 12th of June. It did. But Baez has the best form over the trip. It didn't stay the last time. It was mile 7. But it ran well enough. It's after switching yards twice there recently, from Manuzier to Dalgleish, and then 2 runs, and 2 good runs for Jim Goldie. This is it on the left-hand side here in the red cap.
And they're making the dash towards the final quarter of a mile. And Imperative is trying to hit the front. Red Missiles galloped on resolutely. Grand Canal to the near side. Grand Canal and Baez are coming there. A furlong and a half left to go. And it is now Grand Canal who takes over. Goes 2 lengths clear. Baez second. Annandale and Imperative, they follow. Then Ayr. Red Missile is well beaten. And Grand Canal is sprinting towards the finish. Grand Canal for Jim Goldie and Paul Mulrennan wins. Baez in second.
They were first and second. But I'd hope that if that one, the reason I'm saying it's a 2-horse race, if that one steps up Streetscape at the distance, it could put it up to it. But on the rest of the form that I was looking at, Baez has the best form at the trip. Let's check the prices. Pretty much 11 to 4, 3 to 1 with 365, 2 to 1, 2 to 1 with a few of them. They're saying the same thing. If I had the choice, I'd do Baez with to win and stay covered in reverse forecast with Streetscape. There's 1 horse anti-post for the Royal Hunt Cup. It's 9 to 1 the field, but Astro King was 4th in it last year. I showed a video recently and I just said, you see the horse in 4th, we're going to be watching him. But I think it's 10 to 1 now. I think that could go off maybe 6 to 1 favourite. It was 4th last year in it, when it was with Michael Stout. It's on the left-hand side of the picture. It seems to be running better this year. It's only a 6-year-old. Seems to have improved with since that run with going to the Kubler yard.
Yellow jacket coming under a drive. Astro King in the blue and yellows every chance.
On the left-hand side of the yellow hat.
There's the great dark shift beginning to thunder down the centre with a nose banded Tempest. Furlong and a half left to go in the Hunt Cup, and dark shift has come bursting through. Intelligent in the purple and green colours is coming through with him. Tempest in the noseband, then Isla Kai and Astro King. It's dark shift with a half furlong to cover from Intelligent and Tempest. Dark shift all out. Intelligent sticking to the task. Dark shift.
They're paying 5 places at 10 to 1. Anyone that wants to back that, it's on the Wednesday, I think, of next week, isn't it? 21st. It is Wednesday. There's Sligo tomorrow evening. That horse that I mentioned today, Alphonse Legrand, was pulled out, but it's down tomorrow evening. But I tipped up Stilliker the last time for Willie Mullins, and it went out in front, and the race was 2 miles 3, and it died a death, finished 13 of 16, beaten 64 lengths. It was like if it was shot, and it had won last June, and I put it up at, I think, 3 to 1, had been 7 to 2, and it returned second favourite, 100 to 30. Willie Mullins has said the step back and trip to 2-1, he might resume his winning ways. So he opened at 4-1, he's into twos. Alphonse Legrand opened 30-2 a while ago there. It's into 11-2, I see. So it's hard to know. Like Stilicher, if the money comes for the other one, you know the way I have said before, there's a race in it or two. So it's 2 miles 1 tomorrow evening, nearly 2 miles 2. It'll suit Alphonse Legrand as well. Keep an eye on that market tomorrow. I didn't sing a song on a Monday night in a good while, but I sing one. Bash the bookies, over and out.